Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm going to be playing a game of Call to Adventure. I've already played the first campaign mode scenario, so today I'm going to play campaign number 2. Let's see what we got in here. I have the Spawn of the Beast, which is the adversary, and on the flip side is the final adversary. And I've got two new possible cards here. This one is a Destiny called Legendary Slayer, and this one is looks like a background called Adept, I'm not sure how you say that. So I've got my 3 here. The Spawn of the Beast. Is there a card? Yep. There is a special adversary card that I'm supposed to mix in with the regular deck, and it corresponds just to this particular beast, so it will go back in the envelope if I win or lose. Now the rules say that if you lose on campaign 1, you just keep going. So going to campaign 2, we've got Spawn of the Beast, and let me read you the background real quick. It says, sages and storytellers in every culture call it by different names: the World Shaker, the End of All, the Great Tarrasque. But for 1,000 years it has not been seen. Something changed in the battle against the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord was the one I previously played. An explosion of magical power resounded across the world, unleashing primal energies. The beast has stirred, and soon it will walk the earth, leaving chaos and destruction in its wake. In a remote monastery, an order of adepts has prepared for the beast's return. Now they seek to share their knowledge. But where will they find a hero bold enough to take on a monster the size of the mountain? Okay, maybe I'm supposed to play that as my thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe that's the rule. Maybe when you get the card, and maybe Legendary Slayer is the particular... I think that's it. I think that's what I'm supposed to play. Okay, let's try that. That might be fun, since it's the included one, because it could be many random games before I ever get to play the Adept. Of course, it could be many games before I get to play all of these. But let's go ahead and circle my heritage. I think that's what this first one was called. This is like my race. This is like, last time I drew human, so I'm going to say if I draw human again, I'm going to draw again, because I don't want to play human again. I want to play something different. All right, so what did I draw? I drew half-elf. I'll take that. I have a half-elf adept. Is it adept? I don't know. I have to look that up. I always look up words when I'm not quite sure how to pronounce them, but I'm not going to do it right now. All right, so I've already chosen this one, so this one will go away. And now I need my class. I'll shuffle these and see what class I am. And we already know that I'm the monster whatever for my Destiny. So I don't have to shuffle those and see what those are. And so let's see. I'll draw. I get to draw 2, and one of those, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. But I've already selected those. So let's draw these 2 and see which one I want. I've got Druid and Ranger. Let's do the Ranger. That sounds fun. So I'm a half-elf adept Ranger, and my final Destiny will be Legendary Slayer. And I'm looking to collect swords, so I got to remember that. Okay, next I start with 1 hero card, and these go away. And I also start with 4 of these cards. Let me pull this down here. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I'm supposed to keep that card out because this card has the objective: defeat the legendary beast. Begin a new game, a new generation of heroes. Shuffle Adept into the Orange deck and Legendary Slayer into the Destiny deck before dealing cards. Okay, in the Adversary Feats deck, replace Dark Lord's Call with Hunt of the Beast. I did do that. If you fail to defeat the Legendary Beast, face it again during your next session. Once you succeed, move on to the next chapter. So I have to beat this before I can move on to Chapter 3. We'll see. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to play through the whole game. All right, my card is a magic wand with a value of 1 point. Play this as any hero attempts a wand or castle path. No, that's a scroll. Add +2 to the attempt. All right, we'll hold on to that. And last but not least, I need to lay out the... where is the... There was supposed to be 1 card that tells me the legendary... That's odd. Am I missing a card? There's supposed to be a card like this. Well, no, there's supposed to be one like that. Reign of the Adversary, which is the Adversary Quest. But I don't have one for this one. So maybe I'm not supposed to have one for that one. That is okay. That's fine. So it does tell me the rules. No, it doesn't. This is really odd. Advanced Adversary Quest. I think I am playing Reign of the Adversary. I think that's where this card comes into play. This stays here throughout all of them. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Because every adversary is supposed to have one of these quest cards, I believe. And it only came with one. So, okay. Setup, here we go. C, place the adversary challenge, place the adversary quest. For your first game, we recommend using the easier Reign of the Adversary side of the card. Oh, okay. So, this card will stay Adversary Quest, Advanced. Okay, so it does. It stays. All right, and I've got my 3 initial runes, and it's time to go. So, I need to lay out these 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And remember, I've got to do 3 things before I can move on to Act 2. This is Act 1. So I have 1 trait, 2 traits, 3 traits, and 1 challenge. Knowing that the adversary can only be fought with swords and this little V-pointed one, this one right here, those are the ones I need to be trying to work towards. My ranger has that, and my adept has the sword, so this is good. Okay, all right. Let's get going. So my first thing I want to do is I could just gain a trait, which is this one, which is a sword. But this one also allows me another one of these. When you gain this, okay, so we'll do this. We'll gain the athletic, which gives me a sword. And it says when you, oh yeah, I start with 3 XP, by the way. It says when you gain this, gain an XP if you have at least 1 of these used, which I do not. So I don't get that. And there is my first card, and I replace it. And it also is a trait. Not many challenges here. And I did shuffle this. I shuffled that, and I shuffled that. Maybe this deck just has more traits than challenges. This is upside down. It should go like that. Okay. And the other one I want is this one, Stealthy. And it says, when you gain this, gain 1 experience if you have at least 1 of this symbol. And I do have that symbol on my Adept card. So I get another XP. And by the way, I now start with a sword. I've got another sword. And I have 1 of these. And I have 1 of these. So I've got 4 things that I can add in. And now I need to replace this. And I need to do a 3rd and final card. This one is a challenge that uses both the sword and that. And if I get it, I get another one of those strange symbols. Or I can just take a sword, but I don't get the victory points. You know what? I'd rather not risk losing, because I'm going for points here on this as well. Okay, so when a hero spends XP to add a dark rune. All right, so the Spawn of the Beast starts with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And its rules state whenever a hero spends an XP to use a dark rune, it gets an XP. When a hero journeys, it loses an XP. So if I ever choose to journey, basically what that means, I get to replace a card with something else. I could cause him to lose an XP. And gain +2 to attempt this if your story includes at least 4 challenges. Well, right now I have no challenges, so I'm not going to get that +2. I tell you what, let's go for the challenge. The challenge for this one is fight off the sewer rats. Now, there's another one I can do called Mysterious Cave, where I can fight, it looks against an ogre. It only uses the sword, so I would get 2 of those and nothing else. Versus this, I would get 2 swords and 1 of those. I like the odds here. I'm going to do the more difficult one. Well, it's a challenge, so it's a this is a challenge card. So I will do I want to do, I got to shoot for a 4. I think I can do this. I'm going to do the more difficult one. I'm going to add 1 to the difficulty to make it 4, and I'm going to pursue a criminal. I get all of these and my 2 swords, plus my 3 basics. 6, and I'm going up against I'm trying for 4. 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5, 6. So I definitely beat it, but I also drew this bad one. Well, it's not necessarily bad, but it's not great. So I did get this, and I get to put it under here. It gives me an extra one of these. All right. And what else? I did that. Oh, yes, this. Okay, so this on my card, when I roll that, I can gain a good or a bad card. I can gain either one. Or discard any number of cards to gain that many. So if I didn't like this magic one, I could choose to discard it and get another one. Let's not do that. I'm going to get one anyway, so let's go ahead and see what we get. I'm going to take a hero card, and I've got a teamwork. Choose a hero attempting a sword, wand, or this other one. If it is your turn, okay, so that's a good one. I'm glad I didn't give up on that. Okay, so that goes here. That is the end of Act 1. Oh, yeah, by the way, when I rolled this symbol, I didn't fail the challenge. Play a card from the adversary. So I have to pick a card here and reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. It has +1. Well, that's why I tell you to leave your things out. So that challenge was 4, 5, but again, I still had 6, so I still managed to beat it. And that is applied to the current challenge. All right, so that was good. Put these back so I know what I have. And I got another one of, where is it there? I got that one. Okay, so now I have 5 runes in all, and I have 4 XP. And I can put my XP on here. If I put 2 on here, I get +1 on that symbol. Let's go ahead and do that before I forget. I'm going to put that on here. And I don't get these back. I can never get these XP back. They're applied to that card. All right, no need to replace this, so Act number 1 goes away, and it is now time for Act number 2. Between Act 2 and Act 3, I will have to attack the adversary. I don't necessarily have to defeat him, but I definitely want to try to remove some of those XP points off of him because they carry over to the big bad adversary, the dark adversary that's on the flip side. And I take that one on at the end of Act 3. So let's do Act 2. I've got Researcher, Gladiator, Find the Lost Mine, and Freedom Fighter. All right. And remember, I got to do 3 in Act 2 now. These are traits, and this is a trait, and this is a challenge. Man, I didn't get hardly any challenges. So this one would get me a sword and 1 point. This one's not really useful to me. This one is worth 2 points, and I've got a matching weight, the scale, which would give me bonus points at the end. And when you gain this, gain 2 sons, choose another hero. So I could move this up 2, and I'd have 8 points. Now, when I do that, I can only play the white card. So if I ever get a dark card, I won't be able to play it as long as I'm in these top 2 tiers. Let's see. Let's go after the Gladiator first and see what it releases. So I will just take this. I get 1 sword and 1 point. It says when you gain this, gain an XP if you added a sword or this to your story last turn. Last turn, I did add that symbol to it. So I do get another XP. And this goes under here. and it gets me my third sword, which is this really cool one, which if I roll this symbol, I get 3 successes. So I'll put that right there. All right, let's replace it. Now, ooh, that's a good one too. No, that's not the symbol I want. Sorry. That is not the symbol I want. But it does allow me to gain a sun. But let's go ahead and take this. I'm going to take the Freedom Fighter. And it says when you gain it, you gain 2. So I go 1, 2. So my points are high, which is good. You know what? My points don't really matter when you're playing solo. They kind of do, but they kind of don't, because I'm not really playing against an opponent. At the end, if I was playing with a group and we beat the adversary, the points are like who has the most really is the ultimate winner. But I don't know. Let's take it anyway. All right, I get to replace this card. And I got Treasure Hunter, and that gives me a symbol that I could use. It's a trait, and it gives me a dark card, which I can't play. I can draw it, but I can't play it. When you gain this, you may take an XP from another player or the adversary. Well, yeah, I'll take this. That's turn number 3. Turn number 3. And I get to take an XP off of the adversary. When a hero, all right, so when a hero spends, I haven't added any dark runes, I didn't do any journeys. When a hero fails a non-adversary challenge, I didn't do that. When you face the adversary for each point of success, okay, all right. So now I have to go up against the Spawn of the Beast, who has 4 XP. The way this works is I throw the bones, I get 3, and I get to use whatever of these I have. Well, I got 3 of those. And that one gave me the 3rd one of this one, so I get that, which is right here. So I'm rolling 3, 6, 9 of these, and the target value is 6. If I get 6 successes, I get to remove 1 XP. And then for each point over 6, so like if I roll 7 for that extra point, I get to remove another one. So it's going to take 8, 9. It's going to take a roll of 9 on all of these to take him down to 0. So let's do this. All right. Ooh, not good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did do it. All these go away. This one is, by the way, it doesn't count. It's got that. This would have been the good symbol, but because I drew the square here, it says gain an XP. So I gain an XP. So even though I don't get any value out of it, I do get to do something special, which is gaining XP. And I didn't roll that funny symbol, which makes me draw one of these cards, so I didn't have to do that. And so now what happens is I defeated the adversary, so we flip over the legendary beast. And again, this adversary starts with 5 per player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I could be wrong. It may be that I know that they carry over, so maybe they do start with 0. I think that's right. I think I'm doing this wrong. I think when I flipped it, it's just they're at 0 right now, and they will gain it during this turn. So that's what's going to happen. He has an 8 to defeat him. So these need to go back up here so I know what I have. Okay, right there. All right, 3rd and final turn.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame Newsletter. Each week, the tabletop engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.
All right, I need to take these, put them in here. Act 2, and then shuffle the Act 3. I already shuffled these, but I'll go ahead and do it again. They're not very easy to shuffle. They're thick and heavy, and they don't shuffle well. All right, so 1, 2, these are 3. No challenges? None. Not a single challenge on here. All right. I got Necromancer, which doesn't do me. None of those symbols are going to help me. That one has one symbol, this one has one, and this one has none. So I need this one, the Eldritch Knight. So when you gain this, if you have played at least 2 good cards, which I haven't, but I could play them. I can play them anytime I want. You gain 2 XP. You may return a card you have played to your hand. I haven't played any, so it's okay. But I do want that sword. Well, the sword symbol doesn't help me because I've got all 3. I've already got them all. So that symbol, it's this one. I've got all 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. So nothing else is going to help me beat him. So what I want to do is get things that are going to help me in down here, not necessarily the symbols. When you gain this, choose a dark card that another hero has played and put it in your hand. No. When you gain this, if you have at least 3 diamond paths in your story, I only have 1, you gain 2. When you gain this, if you have at least 3 different story icons, I've got 1, 2, I only have 2. When you gain this, if you have played, okay, so none of these cards are going to help me. So you must spend, all right, when a hero spends an XP, you add an XP here to add a dark rune. You must spend XP or you get -1 on your attempt. That's if I roll that special symbol. And when a hero journeys, it gains 1. Well, I don't want to journey because I don't want him gaining XP. Well, he'd lose XP, so I could journey. He doesn't have any XP to lose, so let's replace this one with this one. Return from Death. And it's a challenge. It does give me 4 points, which is, again, you're trying to also shoot for points. Saving in it, but I have to roll 8 or higher, and I don't even have the symbols for that. Never mind, can't do that one. Let's just go ahead and take Eldritch Knight. And when you gain this, I have not played any cards, so I don't get that. I get to replace it. Capture a Djinn. All right, this one gives me, again, I can't do this one because I don't have any of these symbols. So that means I've got to go for this one. And I don't have 3 story icons, so I can't do that. So there's my 3. And then finally, the last thing, there we go, a challenge. Okay. And again, I have 1 symbol to help me with this one. 1. I can't do that one because I have nothing to roll except for the 3 basics, which I would lose. I can get that one when you gain this if you have at least 3. Okay, so I'll take the Shadow Dancer, which gives me a dark card, which I can't play because I'm up here in the light. But I get a dark card, which is Dark Deal. Can't use it. And that is it. Now it is time to go and beat up on the bad guy. So let's take these away because they don't matter anymore. And let's move this guy over here. And I have to roll, he doesn't have any XP on him. He has to roll an 8. I have to roll an 8 to defeat him. I get my 3. I get my swords. And I get these 3 things. All right. You want to hear a spin? I haven't added any dark runes. I didn't roll that symbol yet. When a hero fails a challenge, I didn't fail a challenge. I didn't roll this symbol. Okay, when you face every, okay, so here we go. This was a very short game, but I think that was because I took so many traits. I didn't really have a choice. I would have preferred a longer game, but let's see what this does. Teamwork. Choose a hero attempting a sword, which I am. If it is your turn, gain +1 to your attempt. So I've got +1 to do, and play this. Any hero to, okay, I can't do that one, I can't do that. So all I did is +1. All right, let's do this. I need 8 successes or I die. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. I did not roll any crazy symbols. Now here's the thing. If I had put 5 on him, he would have 13. So I would still have beat him. Still have beat him. But I need to look that up because I think I'm doing that right. I think when I flip from adversary to final, whatever health is left or whatever XP is left on the adversary carries over. I don't think I automatically add 5 here. But again, even if I had to, I beat him with enough runes to do so. But before I play another game, I'm gonna hunt that answer down and find out. All right, that was cool. So let's go through this real quick. Let's do our points. So points, I get 7 for killing the beast. I forgot to do this last time, by the way. I should have added the points of the other guy. So 7 plus 8 is 15, 16, 17, 18. And then I've got 2 matching symbols, which give me, I think they give me, let me check the score. Scoring. Here we go, scoring. So when you have 2, you get 2 points. So I got 7, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points. Do I get any points for the XP left over? And by 1 point for every unspent. So I had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 6 XP. So that's 26. 1 point for every anti-hero, which I have. And how many for a hero card? Do you get any for a hero card? 1 point for every hero. So 26, 27, 28. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 28. And all tragedy, any points from your destiny, any points from your final position on the corruption track. Okay, so you add your diamonds, your dark diamonds, your XP, your hero cards, all triumph points, any points from your final position on the corruption track. These points are cumulative. Okay, so I did add that. Any points from your final position. Any points from your destiny card based on the requirements. Okay, all triumph points visible in your story. I didn't see any of those. I just had that too. So yeah, 28 was my final score. All right, that was kind of cool for the Legendary Beast. Now that I beat the Legendary Beast, I get to go on to the third. This was the Hunted by the Beast. That's the special card. I get to go on to the third chapter, which I'm not going to open yet, and see what it offers on my next one. I don't think it told me. Oh, it's called Crisis of Faith, so it doesn't tell me about anything about the monster. All right, there you go. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 done. The next time I play this game, I'll be opening up Chapter 3 and seeing what it brings to the table. Until then, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me as I played another game of Call to Adventure. This is the Epic Origins version of the game. There'll be a link in the description below if you want to find out more info about the game. And until the next playthrough, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Everybody, take care.